Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Throne of Eldraine draft here on the channel. It is the flashback format right now on MTG Arena, so I'm going to be showing you how to draft it, going pick by pick, play by play, talking through everything. I already have a draft guide posted for this set that I made after it was coming back for the flashback before, so it's got tons of relevant info and you can find it linked in the description. Also, we're celebrating 25,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is just a huge milestone, and I just want to say thank you to everybody in our community. As one of the ways I'm celebrating, I'm going to be going to the Magic Con in Las Vegas, where I hope to meet lots of you folks, and it's going to be great. If you're not going to that, there's going to be other ways that I'm going to be celebrating as well, but I just decided to go to the event, and yeah, I wanted to let everyone know. Okay, Escape to the Wilds was a card that was played and constructed, but red-green was a little bit finicky in this format, and even though you get a lot of card advantage, you sometimes can't even get as much value as you would like from this sort of thing. Lock Dragon, quite good. One of the things about this format is you can play mono-colored decks, so this fits into red-blue, but also mono-red and mono-blue, so it's more flexible than it looks. Rally, not the best. Claim, not the best, despite constructed applications. And then in the commons, Searing Barrage is quite good. Smitten Swordmaster was one of the better black commons, and Witching Well was one of the better blue commons. So I think Lock Dragon is a totally serviceable pick here, and it's actually going to be the card I take, because it's just really, really good. If they don't kill it immediately, you just get a good value. And you can play red-blue, but you can also just play like mono-red, or just very heavy red. Here in this pack, Scorching Dragonfire is just fantastic. There is a Mad Ratter, which is also a very cool card. It plays well with the kind of draw synergies that blue wants to do. But I'd rather just take a Scorching Dragonfire, stick to red, give myself the option of playing like mono red, maybe even wheel something like a Weaselback red cap, get a classic late Fireborn Knight, because you can just play like a bunch of those powerful cards as payoffs for being a monocolored deck. After the Scorching Dragonfire, the rare, not playable in limited really. And then after that, the Mad Ratter might be my pick because of the synergy here. But yeah, Weasel Cap is more of a late pick. Tree Folk is all right. Youthful Knight's okay in some decks. I never really loved Tome Raider, but it's sometimes okay. We'll take the Dragonfire though, pretty easy pick. Pack 3, there is a Clockwork Servant as a nice payoff for a mono-colored deck. You just cast this on turn 3 in your mono red deck, draw a card, get a 2/3. This one wasn't particularly great. The Paladin never really liked this card all that much. We are seeing a bit of white. There's a Fairy Guidemother, which was a very good card. There's also Trapped in the Tower. There's not any red cards in this pack, which is worrisome. We might have to abandon red. There's a Runaway Together, which is good in like blue mill decks, if you can get some Merfolk Secret Keepers, which is a cool strategy in this format. I think here it's between Clockwork Servant, which is just a flexible card, and Fairy Guidemother, which is more powerful. And in Throne of Eldraine, I think flexibility almost always gets the edge, because you can just do so much stuff during the draft portion that it's better to just leave your options open. Okie doke. And now we get rewarded for that flexibility a bit. We see a very strong card, Fierce Witch Stalker, just hugely, like, huge amount of stats, 4 mana, 4/4, make a food. There's also a Beanstalk Giant, which is also quite good. I think it's worse than the immediate value of the Fierce Witch Stalker, though. And then, other than that, we're not seeing... I mean, we see a Searing Barrage if we wanted to kind of stay with this red lifestyle. But I think Fierce Witch Stalker is a more premium card than Searing Barrage. And we haven't been seeing tons of red. There's another Fairy Guidemother, but I'm still happy with this Clockwork Servant pick because it gives me more flexibility. Searing Barrage over... I think I go Witch Stalker, then I would probably take Beanstalk Giant even, maybe. Yeah, I'd probably take Searing Barrage over the Beanstalk Giant, though. Beanstalk Giant is good. But I think I'm going to start dipping into another color here. I could have tried to commit to mono red, but it's a bit early to commit to mono red, and I really do like Fierce Witch Stalker. There is a Joust, which is good with Knights, but I don't really have Knights. There is a Wildwood Tracker, which is good if you're playing specifically red-green is honestly a pretty good home for it, because red-green has a lot of non-humans, and kind of has some aggressive elements. Merchant of the Veil can also be pretty neat. I think it's between Weaselback, Wildwood, and Merchant. The other cards are not super impressive. This card's not super good. I kind of just want to take this. I feel like I'm going to wheel some Weaselbacks. There's also a Merchant of the Veil. I'll take Wildwood Tracker. maybe lean towards green a little bit more. And then we get rewarded because Outmuscle is a fantastic green card. It has great synergy with a lot of the green decks. It rewards you for playing a heavy green deck. So we can totally just like abandon the Lock Dragon, play like a mostly green deck that has a little bit of red for like Scorching Dragonfire and maybe other removal. But Outmuscle is fantastic. We also see Outflank, which is decent. We see Garenbrig Carver, which is a good green card. And Barjan is actually pretty good in red-green specifically because it's a non-human deck. Okay, Jousting Knight is okay, but not my favorite. The Cabin is decent. I think I'm just going to take Searing Barrage. It's looking like red-green is where we're going to end up. And Searing Barrage is good removal. By the turn 5, the Adamant is off and on, even if you're just playing straight 2 colors. Now there's a Rosethorn Acolyte. There's a Gingerbread Cabin. There is a Oakham Ranger, Silver Flame Squire. So the white is looking potentially open. But here I think I'm just going to take the Rosethorn Acolyte. It fixes my mana a little bit to help me cast something like a Searing Barrage for the better mana. And Gingerbread Cabin is nice, but I'm looking to be a heavy green deck, don't get me wrong. But I don't view that as too much of a payoff. Here we get the Garenbrig Carver on the wheel. Pretty easy pick over Gingerbrute. Looking like our deck is really coming together. I'm glad we identified green as being open. 2 Unveiled Treefolk here is an easy pick over Weaselback because we're going to be playing heavy green. So if you look at our curve, we can't play Lock Dragon, but we're going to be playing like at least 10 forests and then splashing some red removal. And so we'd rather have like a green card. We get another Carver. Fell the Pheasant is actually like a main deckable card sometimes, even though best of one. It's much better as a sideboard card though. And here we're just basically looking for a little bit more early game, which we'll be able to fill out hopefully in packs 2 and 3. But heavy green deck looking pretty good for us. I'm going to take So Tiny. I could take Roving Keep. There's not really a high likelihood that I play blue. Blue-green was not my favorite deck. And this way I just passed more blue cards that way. But I'll just take So Tiny. Yeah. Return to Nature is better than Tall. Tall is just unplayable, pretty much. I don't love passing green cards last pick because people are like, why am I getting a green card last pick? Even though I had no choice. But yeah, so far so good. One of the things in Throne of Eldraine taught as a format was that you really want to go heavy on one color. And that you can make your mana a lot better as a result. Green cards. Oh, man. What a pack. Honestly, Clackbridge Troll is a fantastic card. It's kind of like a joke at sometimes, though, because they would just like sack a creature and then kill it. But I don't know. It felt pretty good whenever I had it played. There is a Sir Farron, the Hengehammer, which is a pretty good card in this mono heavy green strategy. There's also Grumgully, which is just fantastic because like every creature I have is going to be triggered by that. And so I think I'm just going to take Grumgully and then try to wheel Sir Farron. Outmuscle will probably get taken. Sir Farron has a good chance of wheeling because you can only play it if you're a heavy green deck. And it's like really hard to kind of have that come together. And it's not even the crazy good. Ardenvale Tactician is really good if you're playing this format yourself. This card's like worth first picking. But yeah, we're just going to take the Grumgully because it fits our deck very well. And another Grumgully. Love it. I really like Flutterfox. It's a really cool like way to do this sort of card. And then Raging Redcap plays pretty well with Grumgully, but we're more on the green side anyway. So just getting a dabbling of red cards. This card's fantastic. This card's fantastic. We're not seeing any green. Somehow the person next to us maybe got into green. I have no idea how that would have happened. We don't want the Embereth Paladin. 4 mana 4/1 is just not good. This card's not good in our deck either because we're not playing Knights. So I guess we'll take Gingerbrute as just maybe a little bit of early game, but not happy with it. This card's good though. This card is quite good. If you ever play against a black deck, it just does so much work. There's also a Rimrock Knight, which does kind of what you want. But as I said, I'm trying to be a heavy green deck. So these early red cards are not really where I want to be. But this is a great card, even though it's a 4-drop technically. And then another Grumgully. A Mad Ratter doesn't really do what I want, though. So I'll just keep taking Grumgullies. I'm very glutted at the high end of the curve, but I haven't really had the option to take other stuff other than like red early game, which, as I said, I'm trying to just be like green deck. But I could just take a bunch of these guys, use Garenbrig Carvers to make them trade for real cards, follow up with the Carvers. 3 Grumgullies does make me want to play, like, honestly doesn't make me want to play Garenbrig Carver. Because it's more of a, no, it's a human. It only buffs non-humans. It's also just a 3-mana 3/3, which is pretty sizable. Even if it only puts down like 1 or 2 counters, it's still good. And then we get a once in future. We're going to be a more grindy deck, I think. We can't play too aggressive, I don't think, given the nature of the cards we have at the moment. This card fits perfectly in that. Just 3 mana, get 2 permanents. No, just 2 cards. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Pretty excellent there. So we might cut the Garenbrig Carvers. Just try to focus on just getting max value out of Grumgullies. Not playing any humans. 10 creatures, so I probably don't need the Carvers anyway. And if you're not attacking them, the Carver doesn't do what you want anyway. I'm probably good on 3 drops. I'm mostly good on... I guess I can always just fit in an extra couple Carvers for 4 drops. So mostly just looking for 2 drops. But red-green is open, so that's nice. Okay, Curious Pair. Because I've decided to be more mid-rangey, I think this card's okay. It's also just any 2-drop is good for me right now. I would hope not to play it. Bargain's pretty good. Gingerbread Cabin can do some work, but I'll just take Curious Pair just to get something on the board early. And I know that it looks weird not to take Weaselback when I've been complaining about no early game, but look at the red cards I have. I just have like a smattering. I'm going to take the Gingerbread Cabin. And I don't really want to play Hengewalker, and I don't really need the 3-drop anyway. Yeah. Might as well. This is wild. Wheeling Flutterfox. Pack 3 could be good to me, or it could also be not good to me. You never know. My deck is looking pretty solid right now. It just lacks early creatures. I'm going to take the Tall as a Beanstalk. I don't really care if they take these other cards. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Gingerbread's actually pretty good with Grumgully. Pretty much any non-human is good with Grumgully, though. The Realm of Possibility, I could technically play that. Last pick 2-drop, but it's not my color. Early game in my colors. Ooh. Yeah, this is like a mono red payoff. Here I get a really good 2-drop, though, for green. Merrileaf Rider's fantastic. I didn't wheel Sir Farron, which means somebody else might be taking my mono green cards or my heavy green cards. But this card's fantastic. It plays perfectly. It's a perfect combo with Out Muscle. It plays great with the foods that I make, incidentally. It's a 2-drop for my deck. This card's good. 7 damage divided by 3. But I think I just need the 2-drop over the 7-drop. I'll just die before I get to 7 mana a lot of the time. And I get a Garenbrig Squire, maybe. Kenrith's Transformation. Yep, I'll just take the 2-drop. I don't love it, though. How many humans do I have? Just 1. The Curious Pair. Oh, gosh. I'm just thinking about, like, if I could have played, like, mono red, if I'd really just forced myself down that lane. I'll just take any 2-drop here. And then I'll probably just put in some of these Garenbrig Carvers as combat tricks that are minor upside. Also, the fact that my 2-drops are humans is not a huge issue. Because the real things I want that to be non-humans are the stuff that comes after Grumgully. I'm going to take Out Muscle here. Curious Pair is just not really where I want to be. Mad Ratter's not that good. Savvy Hunter's fantastic, but I never really was a green-black deck. Even though I was kind of, like, could have maybe gotten there with, like, the Noble and stuff. Last pick, but Out Muscle is just a fantastic card in my deck. And a Ginger Brute. Ginger Brute honestly goes from, like, a mediocre card to, like, fantastic when you have Grumgully. Like, I'm just going to save them for when I have a Grumgully in play if I draw them. Because that just seems worthwhile to me. Unless they play, like, a 2-1 that I can block. Ooh. I'll take this. There's also this guy, mana value 5 or greater. I don't really have tons of those, but the broom can do some stuff with the foods I have. Another ginger brute. Wow. Wintermoor. Night stacks were cool. Not really in the market for a spore cap. Bargain is like okay, but I'm just gonna try this ginger brute plant. It seems cool with the Grumgullies. Like I'll just have a few ginger brutes in my hand, and then as soon as I draw a Grumgully, I'll just go Grumgully, ginger brute, ginger brute, ginger brute. That's the dream. It also plays well with the broom. It can gain me life in a pinch. Maybe I should have taken Rosethorn Halberd when I had the chance, because that can do some work as well. But I'd rather just get my creatures buffed via Grumgully. And then I can also... Ooh, nice! Garenbrig is fine, but not really in my deck where I'm not ramping. This is like kind of removal, but this is real nice. Plays perfectly with Ginger Brute. Great top-end threat for my deck. Here I can play one more creature, so I'll just play the Garenbrig Carver to give myself one combat trick. But I've got a nice little mid-rangey red green deck here. Turn into a Pumpkin's a fantastic card. Smitten Swordmaster's fantastic. I could have maybe had a cool white-black deck, depending on the way this draft had gone a different way. This card's sweet. This card's neat. I'll just take this thing. I'm not going to play it, though. My curve is, like, pretty reasonable here. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops, plus a few Ginger Brutes and a Wildwood Tracker to get down early. I ended up being more aggressive on the aggressive side, but I can grind a little bit with, like, Keeper comboing off a little bit. As I only have a few red cards, as you can see, so 10-7 is going to be a totally reasonable split. Another Garenbrig Carver. Late Fairy Guide Mother. Gingerbread Cabin as a land. Pretty good. In my deck. But yeah, I think this will be the deck. And then I'll go 11-6 maybe. Or 10-7. I think I'm going to go 11-6. I get really paid off for getting this thing and using this thing. And it lets me play this thing. I can play like 10 plus 1 of these. Sure, I'll take just the only playable card in that pack. Because getting a food is a real benefit. Ooh, late Garenbrig Squire. Nice. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. It might be worth just playing more of my Garenbrig Carvers, even though they're humans. Because Grumgully doesn't need me to like warp my deck to play bad cards. It's not like I'm playing any bad cards, though. Other than Gingerbread, which is often kind of a bad card. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got these things kind of going. Got the Okame, which plays great without muscle. It kind of read my mind on the colors I wanted to go. I might go even more greedy towards green. Got a few removal spells. I've got good early game. These cards don't really fit. Like, I don't really need the red in the early games anyway. And this can function as red for getting a Grumgully down. And I really want to be able to use my out muscles and stuff. I love Once and Future. I could cut 2 in Veil Tree Folk. That card is pretty dang good, though. Pretty good to, like, load up a Ginger Brute. I think I'm going to cut Garenbrig Carver. I have plenty of removal. I have 2 out muscles, a Searing Barrage, and a Scorching Dragonfire. That's 4 removal spells. I don't really need the mediocre combat trick. And we'll try it like this. I can always make changes later, but I'll see you folks in the games. Hey there! If you are enjoying my videos and would like to support my content, you can do so at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon is a way for viewers to support the content that they enjoy so that more of that content can be made, and my Patreon is no different. It really helps me dedicate the time and effort needed to make videos, and when you become a patron, you gain access to exclusive rewards as one of the ways I like to say thank you, like access to my card-by-card tier lists for each set, drafts with me, and other cool things. Special shout out to those patrons who support me at the credits level. I really do appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to a first round matchup. We'll keep this hand. Gingerbread Cabin coming in tapped here. But we'll just get a Garenbrig Squire down, play the Acolyte, do our thing. We have the Merrily Rider Outmuscle combo if we could get a food somehow. And here we will just play the Squire. We'll play Merrily Rider because it hits harder. And also if we do play the Acolyte, we do want to be able to do more damage and stuff. Golden Egg. That's a good card. Really ties the format together. And this is why I played Merrily, because it just hits harder. Now Rose Thorn. That'll let me go for an Outmuscle play if I want to. Okay, so they're playing a Mill deck, potentially. No, my Once and Future. That's a good card against Mill. Because you can, like, get extra cards in your deck to get one extra attack step. 2 to the top. Ambitious. Mm-hmm. I think this turn I'm just going to develop my board. That's a really good draw. That's going to let me get a 2-for-1 with this. Or I guess not a 2-for-1 because that thing will have to die, but I'll be able to kill 2 of their guys. They gain back the life I dealt them. They have a lot of cards in hand, but I have a huge board state. Oh, the brutality. Oh, that's really, really nice. Do I want to play Gingerbread? I'm going to save Gingerbread until I find a Grumgoalie. Next turn, Tuin Bale's coming down, which will buff Garenbrig Squire. I might want to kill a Rose Thorn Acolyte just to stop that from happening. Okay, they're just going to mill me again. There is a counterspell in this set, but it costs double blue. Okay, Embereth. If they hit me, that'd be insane. Beautiful. Oh, that's a gorgeous draw. I think I still just play this. Or, because Grumgoalie with Gingerbread is a good combo for later. I'm just going to play this. Attack with both of my guys. If they want to triple, they can double block this guy. I kind of want to just use Grumgoalie to finish them off. So I don't really want to sacrifice my Gingerbread to the Merrily Rider. And I just want to clear up the board a little bit too. My Rose Thorn Acolyte can totally attack them and stuff. Yep. What this block is telling me is they probably have run away together. And they want to, like, bounce their tome guy. Enchanted Carriage. Whoa. Okay. That is interesting. I don't really feel like trading a 2 Unveiled Tree Folk for a carriage. I'm just going to chip in with my Gingerbrute until they have to do something about it. By then, maybe I can burn them out with Searing Barrage. Carriage is a pretty good card for stabilizing here because I can't kill it. Otherwise, if they play just a normal 5-drop, I could have killed it with Searing Barrage. Oh, they're so dead. I can now outmuscle something. They have so many more cards than me. But I don't think it's going to matter. They're hitting me? The audacity. Definitely paying Adamant here. They're going to use it to crew. They can only eat one thing. And they kind of want to block 2 Unveil. They block Grumgully, so they take 3, 5, 7. That's actually huge. Now this thing kills them, as long as my Rose Thorn sticks around. Searing Barrage is so good. I could have totally gone for like a mono red deck, but the green deck was just pretty open, it felt like. I got a bunch of out muscles. Now they have to kill Gingerbrute. They didn't tap that properly, I don't think. Perfect. Okay, so they tapped out, so I can just win. Got there. That was fun. I think saving the Gingerbrute is just such like a classic thing to have to do when you have 3 Grumgullies. It's just such a cool combo because the 2/2 unblockable is really good. Got the win. Like, this isn't the best deck I've ever drafted, but it's a cool one. Sweet. I'll see you folks next round. Boom, boom. Welcome to another round. This is an easy keep. Curious Pair plays great with Merrily Rider and also with Sorcerer's Broom. These 3 cards kind of form my little team. Because this gives me a free sack outlet to make that a copy. Okay, I don't have a red mana yet, but I don't really need it for a little bit. And we find it anyway. Perfect. Whatever I play here is likely to die. I'm going to play Curious Pair. Because they could have deal 3 easily. And if I play Grumgully first, these other guys enter a little bit bigger. Okay. Just gonna kill their Grumgully. Not play my Gingerbrute. Now I can play Grumgully into Gingerbrute. If I'd played Merrily Fighter there, it would have worked out way better for me. But killing that guy was really nice. Play my own Grumgully. Surferin. Okay. I have a blocker for the Raging Redcap now, which is nice. Other forests. That's unfortunate as well. I'm happy to trade Gingerbrute for either of their creatures. I wish I had another food. That'd be great. But as it stands, I'm in good shape. My Grumgully's around and theirs isn't. This thing is going to hit pretty hard, but I get to just block it. And I can always just chump with the Curious Pair if I want to and avoid taking 6. So they don't have anything to do for 3 mana. It's a bit shocking. A bit shocking. If they don't stop me this turn, my Sorcerer's Broom is going to take over if I draw a land. Because I'm just making a stream of 3/2s. Okay, they're just playing Rosethorn Acolyte. Okay. Okay, so now I have to decide on blocks. I don't think this guy's doing much, so I'm going to avoid 6. And I don't really... Like, they could have +2/+2. I think I'm just going to take block with Merrily Rider. Thank you so much, Marcher, for the subscription. Oh, hello, mate, as well to you. But yeah, I'm going to block here because most of the combat tricks are +2/+2. The other block is if I double block Surferin with a Grumgully, which is another defensible thing. But I think Grumgully plus the Sorcerer's Broom is going to win me the game. So we'll just do it like this. And I'll save my life by 6 points. And I'll just think that they have probably a +2/+2 trick in their hand somewhere. Fling. Oh my gosh. So if they have like a +2/+2 trick in their hand and then a fling. So I can just return 2 things from my graveyard to my hand. I'll get back Scorching and Grumgully. Once in Future is really good. I also have more Grumgullies, so maybe I just get Scorching and Merrily Fighter. I'm so glad you've been enjoying my videos, Marcher NZ. This is any 2 cards. That's why it's so good. They're hitting me for 2, and then they have a follow-up play? No, okay. Well, I'm just going to get... I've decided that Merrily Fighter and Scorching Dragonfire probably make more sense. Because I can cast both of them this next turn guaranteed. Yeah, this is good. So first things first, hit them for 2. Play Merrily Fighter. Play Sorcerer's Broom. And pass. Because if my theory is that they have like a Garenbrig guy still, based on their earlier attack, then it like really makes more sense to just like deploy my guys. Threaten the Sorcerer's Broom play. Oh, man. Well, I'm not going to let them hit me with that. Yeah. So they were going to get to sacrifice it anyway, so I'll just do it now. Sad. I don't get to copy it. Unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. Claim the Firstborn is good against a 2/2 Ginger Brute. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to drown them in card advantage here. After I get my Sorcerer's Broom copy here. I still think they have like a Garenbrig Paladin thing. But they can't really use it. They're in bad shape. Let's make sure it doesn't tap our red source. Perfect. They can just tap the Acolyte. That is true. But I mostly just wanted to get the Broom. Maybe they wanted to make the trade. Maybe they don't have a combo. Maybe they just had the Fling. I don't know how Fling would have been relevant there. Okay, they make 3 foods. They're gaining some life, sure. Look how sick this card is. Just drawing an extra card here. It's going to be great. It doesn't trigger for each broom, but I have 2 brooms, so they can't kill both. Clockwork Serpent. Whenever you have 5 mana, it's always a cantrip because you're going to have at least 3 and 2 distribution. Or more, like 4 and 1 or whatever. Okay, there's a giant. They have a cave troll. Oh. What? Oh. What? Why aren't they casting the... I'm so confused. That seems like the time to play a 6/6 to try and stabilize, but everyone makes their own choices. Pay Adamant. Ooh, that's close. I'm going to play this because then I can 2 Unveil it up later on. Even if I didn't have 2 burn spells to kill this 9/9. Okay, then I can't kill the 9/9 anyway. They're just dead, yeah. Nice. Another win for the good guys. Oh my gosh, I'm into platinum. So proud. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We can keep this, even though we have a double green card. And a lot of cards that care about us being heavy green, because as we only have 6 mountains in the deck. So if we draw a land, it's probably going to let us cast the Witch Stalker. And Outmuscle with Witch Stalker is a classic. We'll play the Squire. If they attack us, we might just like let that happen and attack them back. Because as I said, it's kind of a disaster if they use one of the tricks. Wildwood Tracker, sure. That's a great draw. It feels like they're more aggressive than I am. I certainly don't want to block with Grumgully next turn. If I get them to use a Garenbrig Paladin next turn, am I happy about that? I'm just going to play Grumgully and at least threaten blocking each of their creatures with 1 guy. And see if that changes anything. Because I could just like block Weaselback with Garenberg Squire, block Wildwood Tracker with Grumgully. And it works out reasonably well. I would really love to draw a forest to just play like a 5/5 Trampler. But sometimes you don't get the cards you need. Then we have backup plans. Okay, them attacking with this makes me think they don't have a way to buff it. So I'm just going to block. And if they do have a way to buff it, then good for them. But if they're going to do this, then I'm really happy because it gives me more time to find my forest to play my Witch Stalker. Beautiful. Never doubted it for a second. And I will attack. This thing's just a 1/1. That was perfect. That worked out amazingly. Them attacking with just one guy made me see that they couldn't possibly have a trick. If they'd attacked with both, I think it was a better play. Because they're really far behind if I just play a Witch Stalker or something, which is a fairly common play, because this is a common and one that I probably draft highly. They kill my artifact, sure. You monster. How could you? I think in this sort of matchup, it's better to buff my Grumgully than it is to buff my Witch Stalker. I am going to go for this play. It's more mana efficient. I'd rather have the deal 3 for later when they're not tapped out. But now my Grumgully is out of Scorching Dragonfire range on their end. They don't have anything that can fight it. I have 2 strong threats instead of just 1 super threat. The red-green can't really deal with this. There's a 5-mana 5/5 that they could play. And in that one spot, I'd probably rather have it the other way. Yeah, they have it, don't they? It's a really good card, too, so they probably do have it. Oh, Keeper of the Fables. Okay. They're attacking me? Okay, that's absurd. What a draw. So if they block Grumgully, they go to 1. If they block that, yeah, I'm just going to attack with everything. They can't block Gingerbread, so there's no need paying the mana. I kind of wanted them to make that block. At the same time, because, I mean, they can't really beat me unless they have, like, another Embereth to kill the Gingerbrute. Especially because at some point I can always just once in future get back Gingerbrute. Oh, no. Oh, that's how it starts. That's how the disaster scenario starts. Oh, no. Oh, this is how the nightmares begin. Oh, gosh. That's so bad. Like, if I don't attack with Grumgully there, then they get to draw an extra card here, I guess. But this is... That's not good. They just have so much artifact hate. My goodness. And they have a food. Dragon is certainly an absurd card. Oh, I'm really hoping this kill on the dragon works. They could have +2/+2 still. But that's really all green has to offer. Okay, I get back my Gingerbread, thank goodness. Oh, whoops. I'm getting green mana because I'm going to be casting it. Okay, yeah, I think they misplayed that. I don't know what's in their hand exactly, but they could have blocked. Their guy would have gotten +1/+1 because it gets +1/+1 on blocks. And then they would have been able to sack their food to essentially go back to 1 because they would go to 4. And then I would be attacking them for 5. So they would go to -1, but they chump block for 2. Then the next turn, they can sacrifice my Gingerbrute. But here, they still have to worry about Gingerbrute killing them in 2 turns. And this thing's going to be able to bring back 2 things to my hand. So I'll be able to get back, like, Out Muscle, Scorching Dragonfire, or get back my Witch Stalker, which is less likely. Honestly, I like to just draw a land here so I can get another 2 powered creature down. But gosh, Gingerbread Cabin did a lot of work there. That food was clutch. I could attack with both, but I'm not going to. The reason being is they have this shield breaker, which makes me think they have Thrill of Possibility. Because why else wouldn't they just play an extra 2/1? And then I could play 2 extra creatures that are both lethal for next turn, which I think is better. Because this way, I have 4 attackers, and they only have 1 blocker right now. They have to simultaneously deal with Gingerbrute and also put up a bunch of blockers, which just seems hard to do. And I can always use my Rosethorn Acolyte to use once in future later. Oh, yeah. That wouldn't have worked. Because it was only their first card each turn. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't. But I guess they have the blocker thing down, but they don't have the Gingerbrute answer now. So 5 mana for that. They can't get there. Wow, this deck is playing out pretty well. The Gingerbrute being a 2/2 has been really, really clutch. I never really played Gingerbrute a lot when I was playing this format a lot because I never played red-green as much. But it is quite good with the unblockability to finish these games off. Cool. Another win. I'll see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. Very keepable hand. Tracker into Merrily Rider is a classic combo. It just gives you the maximum bang for your buck. Nice. Next turn I can play a tap land and the Broom, or the Sorcerer's Dragon, Scorching Dragonfire. Looks like we're against mono red though. And Walker. Just keep this alive. If I draw a forest, I just get to kind of have it all for a brief moment. Okay, I guess now it doesn't even need to be a forest. Anything will do. But forest is better, because now if they have now if they have +1/+2, +2/+0 for their Rimrock, Raging Redcap, it won't matter. Hit them for 6. Mono green is really fast in this format. Now if I draw a land, I can play Keeper. If I don't draw a land, I can play Rosethorn, which will let me play Keeper the next turn. That's pretty good. Oh, that's even better. What the heck is happening? It's all falling apart. Yeah, I'm going to play this. Hey, Adamant. Beautiful. Keep them off balance. I have a good double block here. This thing plus this thing can block one of the dwarves. If they have another gosh darn dwarf, I swear it's going to be the end of me. Oh, that's really good for me. They have +2/+2. Wow. What an incredible draw from them. I think I'm going to win, though. As long as they don't draw another haster this turn, I've got them. Please just draw a land. Make the absurdity stop. Okay. Nice. I get to draw a card. Oh, so now it literally is just one more turn and I win. Got block, block, block. Are you joking me? That's absurd. Yeah, you can't always win. That's absurd. That's absolutely ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I would have won that game so easily if they just whiffed for that turn. Oh man. That's magic, I guess, but like, what the heck, man? Not only did they have last card barge in, but then they just like cold ripped 7 dwarves with their last draw step. I guess they had 2 draw steps to look for it, but like, come on, man. Come on. I could have Scorching Dragon fired one, but it was like, it makes no sense because they don't normally have 4 copies of 7 dwarves in their top 14 cards. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We're on the play finally. If we'd been on the play last round, we clearly would have won. We clearly would have been victorious. But yeah, it was close. My opponent came into the chat afterwards, for all the folks watching on YouTube. They apparently had 7 dwarves in their deck. So, that's pretty wild. Play the Grumgully. Hopefully it works out. I don't think there's a 2-mana counter in this set. I don't think there's a way to punish this either. Yeah. Mono blue, eh? I don't mind if my Grumgully dies because I have a backup. Gosh, can you imagine legend ruling your own Grumgully, sacrificing it to get a Sorcerer's Broom trigger? That's probably the dream. There's a 3-mana counter in this format that mills. But I'm not going to not cast my spell. Yeah. Blue-red, eh? Witching Well, sure. This is where Garenbrick Squire not being a non-human is annoying. Oh gosh, Emery. Oh my gosh, they even have the Corridor Monitor combo. That's really annoying. That's brutal for me. Because what Emery can do is they can tap, get back Corridor Monitor. Oh. That just works out? My goodness. Well, that's good for me. I thought they were going to tap, bring back Corridor Monitor, untap, use it again, but I guess they don't have the tools to do that. They don't have enough cards in the graveyard. I hope they don't have another didn't say please. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me. You're joking. Come on, man. Can I draw another Grumgully? Oh my gosh. That's frustrating. I figured with 3 mana up they might have it, but still. Play this pre-combat because if they, I guess they can't have the burn spell. Okay, chump block Grumgully. I have my 3rd Grumgully at the ready. Luckily they've been a little bit mana greedy, but that means they have all spells. They're probably deciding what to shrink with another so tiny. If they shrink Grumgully, that would be super funny. Oh my gosh. That card's nutty. I'm just gonna play the Okane. They have to block it. Losing to these sorts of decks always feels really bad because it always feels like they barely have the extra answer. And also, I've drawn all 3 copies of my Legendary. They're taunting me. I can still win this if I draw like an out muscle. They don't really have that much to block with. You traitor, Grumgully. I'm happy to trade this for putting them to 1 and drawing another card. Yes. Oh, that feels good. Feels good. I just need one of my 2 remaining Gingerbirds to get them. And I got my big trample guy. They have 1 card. Oh, and they can't use the cauldron. We got there. Yes! Yes! Oh, that's such a thrill. I was at 20, they were at 1, and I still felt on the brink of annihilation. Getting them to 1 was actually huge there, because any Gingerbird is like basically kill. Whew. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We will keep this on the play. We are going to lead. Do we want to lead with the turn 1 Wildwood Tracker? I don't think so. We're not going to be able to pressure them too much here because we don't have a 2-drop. And getting it as a 3/3 essentially with Grumgully is just so much better. That's my 2 cents. I don't think this is going to be a super fast game. Because a 1/1 just doesn't hit very hard. And by the time that we are hitting it as a 2/2, they're going to have answers. And I'll play my Forest because I do have that 2/3 that cares about that. Maybe I'd want to cast it. Smitten. Play Grumgully. Hopefully they can't kill it. Clockwork Servant. Well, that's perfect. Just living my dream with Grumgully here. And then next turn I can Searing Barrage for dealing 3 extra damage as well. They are playing mono black, it looks like. That's going to have to die. I think my most aggressive attacker. Is there a black spell that like shrinks? Yeah, there is the Lash of Thorns. So to be safe against +1/+2, I am going to create my most formidable fighter, the Grumgully. So I can outplay +2/+1, I mean. Looks like they don't have it. 3, 4. I can trade this guy for a Clockwork Servant. Or I can just send in food. Play the land. Pass. I think there is a card that makes me discard 2. Cost 4. It's called like Haunted Scarab. Oh, they're getting Ayara back. Well, I'm glad I saved my removal to be able to kill it again. Okay, I did not successfully save my removal to be able to kill it again. I get to kill both their guys. Which does make Ayara a lot worse. But they did have the discard guy, which is a bummer. I was hoping they wouldn't have that. Because then I could have killed Ayara and this game would be over. Oh, no. What are they getting? Headhunter? Yikes. At least Headhunter can attack. Force a trade with one of their guys. I mean, the adversary can attack. Oh, this is bad. Mono black, eh? Oh, that's so sick. Oh, they've got the Deathless Rider. And they've got a red mountain just to taunt me. Oh, they can't play Deathless Rider. Deathless Knight. Yeah, I'm definitely going to lose this game. Ayara is really good against me because I can never kill it if they have this type of start. And I just have to, like, take a beating. Yeah. Yeah, the real game changer was this thing. But I think it was over long before that. Yep. I need to draw. I have one out. And I think that is my card that gets back 2 spells. Still going to save that. Especially because I can maybe stop this from gaining flying. Deathless Knight is really a piece of work. Oh my gosh. I'm counting on drawing an answer to Ayara this turn. But I don't think we're going to win this game. I'm just going to concede, save everyone some time, including myself. Well, we've got 1 life left. We'll see how we can do. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. This is the bad hand, though. Don't get me wrong. It's just slightly better than mulliganing. Okay, that's a meaningful improvement. Grumgully. Flutterfox. Ba-da-da-da-da. White-red. White-red tended to function best if it was heavily one color or the other. Let's hope this lives. I'm not optimistic, but let's hope. We can hope. Because Grumgully is the key here. I have very rarely seen Flutterfox get hyped up by the Brimstone Trebuchet. playing a knight, I see. Not even a good one. Gosh, this would be such a prime moment to... I'm just going to play the adversary. The Rose Thorn is good. Also does a similar thing because it blocks this guy. But what I really just need is a way to... I'm going to kill the Brimstone Trebuchet with an out muscle, probably. And then attack with Okame. Maybe with Grumgully and Okame. I'm taking so much damage right now. Brimstone, we must be close. Are you joking? You must be joking. Definitely blocking there. It's ridiculous that I've never drawn this card when it's actually good for me in this league. I mean, I have 10 forests. If I just had one forest instead of a mountain, the card would like be doing serious work for me at the moment. I think I'm going to play Rosethorn, actually. No, I'm going to play Grumgully. Just blocks better. I can use it with the out muscle. If I kill that, then they can't really punch through anymore. Because this thing won't be flying. Oh, no. Okay, Youthful Knight, sure. Okay. I'm totally dead. There's the forest. Literally, if this forest had come in the opposite order of Gingerbread Cabin, I would be able to win this game. But I can't now because I don't have, because I would be able to gain an extra 3 life. Oh my gosh. But as it is, I'm dead. That's how it goes. It felt really brutal. My losses felt really brutal. Oh my gosh. Just devastating, honestly. Yeah. We won a couple of close ones too, but felt like there was nothing I could do in the ones I lost. Just didn't draw well. Or in the case of one, my opponent drew pretty well at the end. In the case of another, I flooded pretty badly. And then that one, it was just like everything worked out kind of poorly. Gosh, they had a really fast start and I did not draw particularly well to combat it. Oh well, I did my best. This is a cool format. If you do want to give it a shot, as I said, I already have a draft guide posted about it based on the knowledge I learned from drafting the set. And because I made it for before one of the flashback drafts of this format, so it's pretty accurate, I would say. And yeah, this was a pretty decent deck, I think. Kind of showcases how to play this format. Like, really try to skew towards a color. Like, if that Gingerbread Cabin had made me a food, I might have been able to win that game. Like, that's how close these games can be. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it all the way to the end, leave hashtag killer smile, because that's kind of how Grumgully was functioning. Just smiling the whole time. And that's going to do it for this one. I mean, this guy also showing a toothy grin. This guy's smiling. Our whole deck is smiling. This guy's he's kind of got like a self-satisfied smiling look. Honestly, our whole deck is smiling. This guy's kind of grim, I guess. This person's not really smiling. Honestly, it's mostly the Grumgully smile I was thinking about and Gingerbread smile. But yeah, and this thing. This counts as a smile. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.